There's one mistake that's killing careers right now. Everyone is stacking for AI skills. Good, keep going with that. But if that's the only thing you're doing, you're vulnerable. You actually need two skills, not one. And most of you are ignoring the second one. And if you're skipping the soft skills because you think AI skills alone are enough, you're going to become garden variety and your market value is going to drop. And it's not just me saying this, the companies themselves are telling you this. So out loud in their own hiring data. Forbes just reported that demand for AI skills is up 245%. So number one on the list to be sure. But there's a twist and it's right there in their own words. Those skills only work if the soft skills come with them. In my old employer, IBM, their executive put it kind of bluntly. He said they can't hire people who just make spreadsheets anymore. The premium now is on judgment, critical thinking, what IBM calls power skills, not the tech skills. If Forbes said it, IBM said it, the hiring data says it. And that's the key that picks the lock. The thing that takes you from garden variety candidate to the must-have higher paid, in-demand hire. Because watch the pattern. Every year AI gets better. Everybody knows this. And every year it's swallowing more of the work. So the emails, the reports, the scheduling, the analysis, all of that is going to be gone. So if you plan on working for the next 10 years, being in the job market, ask yourself the only question that matters. What's left? What's left is everything only a human can do. Speaking in the room, at presenting the idea, building the relationship, instilling the trust, closing the deal. AI isn't eliminating your job, but it is changing it. But here's the uncomfortable part, and this might sting, candidly. You're probably not as good at this as you think you are. And I'm about to show you 3 ways where you might be falling short. So hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Monica. If you're new here, I am a 25-year senior seller in big tech. I win complex mission critical deals, $10 million and up, and I've survived back-to-back layoffs and landed on my feet at some of the best companies in the world. And I'm not repeating theory. This is actually what I'm seeing in the field. So before we go further, let's talk about it. Now, there's 7 recognized soft skills: communication, critical thinking and problem solving, emotional intelligence, adaptability, leadership, teamwork, and accountability. Those are the 7. Each one is going to get its own episode. Just going to lay out the roadmap here for you guys. But today we're zeroing in on the one that makes or breaks you the fastest. Communication. And I'm going to call the flagrant fouls. And the number 1 is, you maybe already did this before 9 a.m. today, but foul number 1 is digital communication. Your communication doesn't start in the meeting. It starts the minute you open Outlook. And that battlefield is bigger than you think. So Microsoft's own numbers, just for reference, the average worker gets slammed with 117 emails and 153 Teams messages every single day. Seems a little bit high, but we all get the point. They're interrupted every 2 minutes, up to 275 times a day. So yeah, work is actually exhausting and brutal, and the always on grind, is real. But here's the part that nobody wants to hear. Your digital behavior is your communication. So every unanswered email and every ignored meeting invite and every Teams message left on unread, each one broadcasts a verdict about your reliability. You don't have to respond instantly, but you do have to respond with intentionality. And it's so easy. It's almost criminal to skip it. Very simple. You get an email. All you have to do is reply real quick. Hey, I got your message. I'm buried today, but I'll have it for you tomorrow. That person understands. Okay, sounds good. Takes 7 seconds and it's done. And you communicate well. Because every time someone has to wonder, if you got my email or you're coming to the meeting or, where is that document? Who owns this task? Is this project even alive still? You leave your teammates wondering what the heck is going on. And this is something I've actually experienced myself. I have a coworker. He never confirms if he's going to come to a meeting or not. So I have to chase him down. Hey, dude, are you coming? And you know what? That makes me look like a spaz. And then I have to spend time, if he doesn't get back to me, trying to find somebody else, to attend the client call. And what is that? That is wasted time and effort. And all you have to do is answer. And if you're doing this, then you're going to be perceived as flaky and irresponsible, not in lockstep. You do not want to have people, chasing you down or to feel like they can't count on you because you failed to communicate, respond to an email. And you know what? This behavior will become more noticeable as the delta between what AI automates and and where communication grows. These human soft skills grow. It's going to just get more pronounced. But be honest, as you're watching this video, are you a guilty party in this? So you could pause this video right now and open up your inbox and count how many messages you left unread right now, this week. Just do it. And high performers, the top guns, the rare air people, they do the opposite. They kill uncertainty. They build credibility with every reply. But digital communication is the easy part. Just answer your emails. Not a big deal. All right, but this next foul is the one that exposes how much AI has already taken from me and from you. And a lot of people have no idea this is even happening. So foul number 2, written communication. And so I just did this, and I suggest that you guys also do this too. Write with a pen and a paper. And I'm totally dead serious. Get a pen and a paper out. And here's the real test. This is the test. Sit down and write one paragraph. No help from anybody. No help. No AI. Just in your brain. And ask yourself, can you string cohesive thoughts together in a way that actually lands? So here's a real life example. And many of you are maybe in this right now, but it's a classic interview question. The tell me about yourself question. And I have interviewed where candidly, I was winging it. And it sounds funny because you'd think that after 25 years, I could rattle off my positioning statement after doing this for 25 years. But I have blown that question on more than one interview because I had not written down my response ahead of time. Writing it down would have allowed me the chance to think through how I wanted to answer that question. So I started to do that, and my interviewing skills improved. The outcome? I was making it more often to later stages in the interview process than previously. So that is a real outcome. So get ruthless with that and disciplined at the pen and paper game. Analog first is your friend. Do that first before anything, and then hand it to AI to optimize. That is Top Gun territory. But this next one cannot be overstated. And this is what really separates the wheat from the chaff. Oh, and if this is hitting you a little too close to home and you want to know where you actually stand, I built a diagnostic and I call it Rare Air. It's 25 questions, 5 minutes. It's no grading curve. The link is going to be in the description and pinned in the comments. But fair warning for you. Score yourself the way your coworkers would, not the way you intend to be. Anyway, foul number 3, spoken communication. Yeah, I mean, it's small, small talk, being approachable, a human, charming, but it is so much more than that. It's verbal and nonverbal. So when you speak with clarity, precision, and confidence, that's when you win. So for this example, I want you to think economy of words. So we've all been in meetings and calls like this, where that one coworker pipes up on a client call and they ramble and they ramble and they ramble and they take forever to land the plane, right? Meanwhile, they're wasting precious minutes in front of a client or in an important, internal call where your teammates are seeking answers. And when the dust settles, did they answer the question? Did they settle the client's issue? No, they didn't. They actually probably in all likelihood created 3 new questions and like a new rabbit hole. And everybody's confused. And why? It's because their speaking skills are garden variety. Top guns don't do that. Top guns understand how to get to the point. The best ones I've known forever have scripts or questions they know they already want to ask in the meeting. They know how to ask the questions or very specifically what they need to say in the meeting. And they use things like pacing and pauses and tonality. So when they speak, it's to achieve something, to get to a point, to get a point across or to answer a critical piece of information or obtain a critical piece of information. So they communicate to think, speak, and ask in terms of results and outcomes. And I have heard it said, whoever is listening in the meeting or the interview or the presentation or the exchange, that's the person that holds all the power. So ask yourself, who's listening and who's just talking? So, it brings to mind, you Gen Xers will remember this, it brings to mind the old commercial from the 80s. Think about it. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. When your words, your voice, your presence carry weight and authority, so do you. That's rare air. This communication skill, these soft skills, and the AI skills together, that's hard to beat. So look at what just happened. You now see what most of your coworkers won't see for another 5 years. So AI is transforming every job down to the human parts. And communication is the first filter. So digital, written, spoken. Think about it this way. You're not just learning a skill, and this is important. You are keeping yourself marketable in a changing job market. But I'm wondering, how many of you still think you got this? You got this handled. The rare air assessment will tell you. So 25 questions, 5 minutes, and the number doesn't lie. Link in the description and the pinned comment. Communication is only the first filter. The next episode, we're going to tackle critical thinking and problem solving. The skill AI fakes best and tests you and I on the hardest. So subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so you don't miss it and the video finds you. And I will see you in the next one.